So, I have ran down these stairs for 36 Mondays. You gotta admire the consistency because you already know what today is. It's Update Monday! What's going on with y'all, big dog? And it is an amazing Update Monday. It's actually been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months of kicking rheumatoid arthritis' ass. I gotta say, on the physical side of things, I've been feeling some pains here and there. I'm pretty sure that's from working out, but I've been feeling amazing. On the mental side of things, I've been pulling myself out of that gutter. I've been feeling amazing. On the financial side of things, oh no, what are you doing, baby? So if you guys have been following me on Twitch for quite some time, by the way, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I'll catch you today, right? Then you would know that we had a few claim sales to raise money to fix Sabrina's car. It's still not fixed. It actually needs a whole wiring harness, so why me? It's been hard even finding a wiring harness, let alone why me? And to make matters worse, my car still needs a catalytic converter and potentially a fuel pump. You could already just hear the money flowing out of my pockets right now, right? Day after day, it feels like I push against a cloud. It's been one of those situations where I've just been having to budget my money better, just like how you may be looking into Yu-Gi-Oh! Or looking into a particular deck, wondering what are some great Yu-Gi-Oh! Strategies on a budget. Don't worry guys, unlike Sabrina's car, I got the answers. Today I'm going to be explaining to you 5 amazing competitive decks that you can play on a budget. And not only will I explain to you these decks in detail, I'll even give you some lists that you can try out not only on Master Duel, but in the TCG. Your boy is goated for that. But of course, if you want to help your boy out, then let me know where I can get a wiring harness for a 2005 Mazda 6 Sport. Or you could just go ahead and join the Patreon or catch me on Twitch. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in so we could start talking about these budget strategies. All right, so I hate talking about things over and over, especially if I've already talked about it in a different video. For that, I'm not going to be talking about decks like Fluunderies, Eldritch, or Prank Kids. Those strategies are extremely competitive inside of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I've already talked about them before, but I'm not going to leave you hanging. If you want to see budget profiles of those particular decks, then go ahead and join my Discord. We'll have that information in the spice for you. But going ahead and starting to talk about the very first strategy, it's going to be Invoked. Yeah, boy, you heard about Invoked shit all. That deck is fire. Oh, wait, I've already talked about Invoked? What if I gave you something else though? You may be bored of Invoked shit all in its entirety, but there's actually other Invoked variants. The very first competitive Invoked variant was actually Invoked Wind Witch. Invoked Wind Witch is 100% different than your regular run-on-the-mill Invoked strategy that you've probably been used to for a few years. Instead of making Invoked Mechaba, you don't even summon that card. You actually make Invoked Raging. Why? Well, because the first monster you actually summon is a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon that cannot be destroyed by card effects. This is easily done with the Wind Witch engine, as Wind Witch Ice Spell allows you to special summon Wind Witch Glass Spell, which will allow you to get Wind Witch Winter Bell. Through that, not only can you synchro summon into a Wind Adagnister Pegasus, meaning that if any of your cards go to the graveyard, you can proc this card's effect to get rid of your opponent's card. You can also make that indestructible Crystal Wing. Let's also not forget that Invoked is still the strategy that it says your graveyard, our graveyard. Still being able to use those light targets to make Invoked Mechaba, or those fire targets to be able to make Invoked Trio, but Raging actually fits the bill, flipping some of your opponent's monsters face down before they can use it for a Link, Exceed, or Synchro Summon. Now, Invoked Shadal is still a really cheap deck, and it's still really good, but if you wanted a different flavor of the month, then this Invoked Wind Witch strategy is extremely fun to play. One thing that I did have to mention is since I couldn't afford Small Worlds and I couldn't afford a Pot of Prosperities, I decided to go with Pot of Extravagance and maxing out the copies of cards that you need in your extra deck. You don't have to do this, but since I wanted to make it as budget as possible, I decided to go on through with it. The most expensive vital card for the Winwitched Invoked strategy would easily go to Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon at about $5 a copy, but if you wanted to actually splurge and get big, or if you just so happen to have a Baron de Fleur, then this card can actually be summoned with the Winwitch engine, and you can make it indestructible by battle. Winwitch Invoked is definitely a nice little spin on the deck in case you didn't want to play budget Invoked at all, but don't worry, big dog. If you want to see a spin on that, go ahead and join the Discord. We got a list for that too. Crockett, mate. Now I agree, normal old Cali believes that Invoked Winwitch is a powerful strategy, but I beg to differ. I gotta say, the most exquisite thing in the world is a BBW. You don't know what BBW is, mate? Well, let me help you. TriBrigade is the strategy that consists of Beast, Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast. These monsters allow you to banish BBW monsters from your graveyard to special summon links to your side of the field. And I gotta say, mate, if I was talking about Pure or Lyrilusk, you'd probably be able to turn off the YouTube channel, but I'm not talking about that. That's right, mate. What Down Under Cali is talking about is a special type of TriBrigades that you may not know. Melfit TriBrigades is something that Sparky put me on in Master Duel, and I think works excellent in the TCG. The reason why is because of the spell card Obedience School allow you to special summon not only TriBrigade Kit to your side of the field, but Melfi Puppy and Calistoncia. There are some crazy combos in the Outback with this particular thing, like allowing you to make TriBrigade Charade, but also using the effect of Melfi Puppy to be able to special summon Calistoncia to destroy 2 cards, because we're gonna be summoning 2 Calistoncias. This little 1-card combo gives you 3 disruptions made between your 2 Calistoncias and your TriBrigade Charade, and you haven't even invested your normal summon. But what else could TriBrigade Melfis do? I'm not 100% sure outside of Melfi Caddy allowing you to add Hot Ear Squadron, which can synchro summon into a Herald of Arclight. Croaky, mate! Just when you thought that you was gonna lose to the Forbidden Droplet, you're dripping on them. Now, I'm not supposed to leak this, but normal old Cali just might be using TriBrigade Melfi for his budget series. Here is the version of TriBrigade Melfi I cooked up in case you want to use it. And I gotta say, if you like them curvy like I do, then this is easily 5 out of 5 Animador Darkosaurs. Now, another strategy that you may seriously want to consider playing, especially if you're on a budget, because this deck is cheap, is Adagnister. Adagnister is a series of monsters that allow you to link summon, of course, but this one's a little different. Your Adagnister Island allows you to special summon monsters to your side of the field. According to the attribute that you don't have, this actually gives you a continuous supply of Cyberse monsters all the way into your Adagnister Arrival Carnival. This monster is the only Link 6 monster, and on top of that, it's unaffected by your opponent's monster effects. Imagine your opponent summoning their biggest monster to their side of the field, and you're like, that's nice. This monster's unaffected. We playing bully ball in here with Adagnisters. We can't be stopped. But the thing that I really like about Adagnister for budget players is that there isn't a single card that has Adagnister in its name that's over $2. This is incredible, allowing you to play a whole bunch of staples inside of your deck. Cards like Access Code Talker and Crossout Designator, which are easily out of reach for a lot of strategies, become a lot more accessible because the Ignister strategy is dumb cheap. Now, with this particular Adagnister build, I tried to stay at that $100 range, so you could still theoretically put an Access Code Talker and still be on a budget, which is incredible, but I wanted to put emphasis on being able to stop hand traps, as not only can you play a lot, hand traps could ruin your mood, so let's play those Crossout Designators to stop them. I gotta say, Adagnister is a deck that you gotta get at, boy! Because if you don't get at it, it's gonna get at you and beat you in a card game. Now, if there's ever a strategy that I would pick instead of Solomon Great, don't worry guys, I'll never forsake Solomon Great. That'll never happen. But just like OJ, if I did, a strategy I would look into would be Earth Machine.
Here they come, clickety-clack down the track. It's lots and lots of trades.
Now, I was crushing the meta with Earth Machine before its changes, and its changes are actually amazing. Machina Ruin Force is a very welcome 4600 attack monster that can not only summon itself to the side of the field by banishing Machina monsters, can negate cards inside of the battle phase, but also half your opponent's life points, making ruining their life points a lot easier. I mean, if they were at 8,000, they're at 4,000 now, and Ruin Force is 4,600 attack. There's also this deck's ability to still be able to play in the grind, as Infinite Track, Brutal Dozer, and Machina Overdrive pretty much essentially guarantee you Pot of Avarices almost every single turn, while also being able to summon huge, powerful monsters like Super Rail Cannon Juggernaut Labe 4,000 attack guy that can attack multiple times and become 6,000. There's also Machina Citadel, which allows you to destroy Earth Machine monsters on your field to wipe everything below its attack. Have you checked its attack? You're not gonna lose too many battles. This card can literally wipe boards, and not a lot of decks can deal with it. But one of the main things about Earth Machine is that it is incredibly cheap. I mean, seriously, this strategy is extremely cheap. In this particular build, I wouldn't say that there's anything extremely expensive for the deck. To be honest with you, most of the stuff got reprinted inside of Maximum Gold, so you're okay. Go ahead and pick it all up. The most expensive card for the Earth Machine strategy would be Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. It is a shockingly $15. You remember when this card was 80? Now, Earth Machine does have a learning curve, as learning the ins and outs and the combos with the strategy will take you a little bit of time, but it is 100% a strategy that is not only easy to obtain in the TCG, it's fairly easy to get in Master Duel, making it the perfecto budget deck. And lastly, mate, regular old Cali don't want you to know about this, but Sharks are actually an extremely powerful deck. The reason why Sharks are so powerful is because through Buzzsaw Shark, you can easily make a Bahamut Shark, which is totally awesome. That is a 1-card for 1-card negate growl game. I gotta say, that's a little strong. But it gets a little deeper than that. A Buzzsaw Shark plus a White Angler can make not only 2 Bahamut Sharks and 2 totally awesomes, but if your pockets is deep enough, mate, you can even make a Utopic Draco Future. That is 3 negates for 3 cards, and the deck doesn't even stop there. This is a deck that the boys down on under like to call Kraken Control, because number 4 Stealth Kraken works so perfectly with Gozen Match, changing all of your opponent's monsters to water, meaning that if they not playing a water deck, then growl game. I gotta say, they gonna be missing out on a lot. You'll even be splashing down on a lot of their life points, as not only can this destroy an opponent's monster, it inflicts damage to them. On top of that, Kraken gets it Kraken, mate, because it is a quick effect, meaning you can use it on your turn and your opponent's turn. But make no mistake, mate, when things get a little bit fishy, this deck can still make Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, mainly because it's still an XE deck with ease. I gotta say, if I'm giving it a rating, you already know, 5 out of 5. Animador and Archosaurs. Krauke. I can't count, cause that's 10. Now here's the Shark build that I just so happened to whip up. For Master Duel players, you can only play 1 totally awesome, that's perfectly fine. I would actually extend the Zodiac package because you can play Trident, something that TCG players can't. I also gotta say that this deck will also get reprints in Legendary Duelist Denizens of the Deep. I'm pretty sure that's not the name, but Down Under Cali is gonna name it that anyway. And that is all that I got for ya, mate. If you want to see more amazing videos, then go ahead and check out these, as they are some fire videos that you might see Down Under Cali in. I also gotta say, you can catch regular old Cali on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today is Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as I catch you on the next one, mate.